Hello everybody, Flamin' Shark back with another video, and today we are finishing KonoSuba, an explosion on this wonderful world. That's right, it's the final 3 episodes of the Megaman show today. Very excited to finish this off and jump into season 3, because next up on the docket, once we finish the Megaman show, is season 3 of KonoSuba proper, which is very exciting. I'm very excited to get back into the main story with Kazuma, Aqua, Darkness, and our girl Megaman. But for 3 more episodes, Megaman takes center stage, and I'm excited. Last set was the best set of the Megaman show so far. I loved the last set. It was awesome. Episodes 7 and 8. It was amazing. And then episode 9 was also really cool as well. Episode 9 was great too. So even after we were heading off to Axel, we still got some really good stuff. But now we're actually, gonna spend this last set presumably in Axel. We saw in episode 9 what was certainly the Aqua's summon, I guess you'd say, her descent, so to speak, whatever you want to call it. But Aqua and Kazuma showed up. I mean, we didn't see them, but they're here now in the world, which does only further set up the idea that I do think this show ends with Megaman meeting up with the main cast. But we still have to get there, and that's what these 3 episodes are for. I don't know what Yunyun and Megaman are going to get up to in these episodes in the Town of Beginners, but we'll have to see what adventures they get up to and how we eventually get to the end game that clearly is going to be Megaman meeting up with Kazuma at the end of this show. But she does still, again, unless they're going to leave this for mainline KonoSuba, which I don't think they are, she's looking for the person that inspired her to practice explosion magic. That feels like the main plot line of the upcoming episodes, whether this one, the next, that is the main thing that we still have to resolve either in this show or, again, unless they want that to be an overarching story that leads into season 3 of KonoSuba, which I doubt they're doing. I fully expect her to get that resolution by the end of this show and meet up with Kazuma by the end of this show. And that will also feel, even though this is like beginning of KonoSuba stuff, this does feel like a nice thoroughfare where she's going to presumably hook up with the other with Kazuma, and then that's going to lead into KonoSuba Season 3 when we're back to the story of Kazuma and his buddies that include Megaman. So it's going to, I feel like this is actually going to flow really well. I feel like this transition, because obviously we're finishing the Megaman show, and next rotation we will be starting Season 3 of KonoSuba. And I feel like I said, I feel like it'll be a nice natural transition doing them back to back. Obviously, we started this whole little KonoSuba catch-up journey with the movie, which also felt like a good transition because the movie was heavily Megaman themed, and so going from the movie to the Megaman show has worked out pretty well. But yeah, regardless, let's check out episode 10 of An Explosion on This Wonderful World in 3, 2, 1, and play. Oh my god, that's episode, what, 2? Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so good. Oh my god. What the fuck? Dude, Aqua and Kazuma teases are fantastic. That's certainly how Crimson Demons do it. Yep. Sure. Nobody's here. Nobody's here. It's empty. Nice. Nice. It's not really that embarrassing because only Yunyun saw it. I guess it's embarrassing because Yunyun saw it, but still. Yeah, obviously. You'll get another chance to make an introduction of sorts there, girl. I'm starting to make progress in getting ahead of my videos. The irony of that is that I'm recording this video like 10 hours before you guys will see it. But I am getting various things done, and pretty soon I'll probably be a fair bit ahead. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Yep. KonoSuba, an explosion on this wonderful world. Let's get it. Outlaws of the town for beginners. Mm-hmm. They are indeed crimson demons. Yep. And there's a job board, yep. Of course, you gotta make a more dramatic introduction. Yep. Wow. Wow. Girl is so freaking shy. Oh my god, it's so performative. Okay. But the explosion magic is going to embarrass her. Yeah, oh no, until they find out that she's an explosion magic specialist. Not quite as much as the woman from yesterday, huh? Oh, yep, yep. Yeah, yeah. I wonder. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. Did she have blue hair? Yeah, sounds about right. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's so funny. Hey, bro. Oh, shit. Yeah, literally, yep. Sort of. I love it. I love how much we're building up her joining up with Kazuma and Aqua. Yeah, I can't read that. Hey, Lina. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you don't want to mess with the Crimson Demon. It is a bit of a weird name. Yep. Yeah, Crimson Demons do have weird names. Oh my lord. Yeah, you're useless! Because you're either gonna blow everyone else. Oh, yep. 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 Yeah, exactly. It's such a shame that, like, she can't, like, power up. Oh, we're eating. Oh lord, the chestnut rats. The chestnut rats. Explosion! Yep. That's definitely an explosion on this wonderful world if I've ever seen one. What the hell? A lot of questions. That's one way to put it. Yeah. Kind of true, but it goes both ways, right? Oh my god. They're like, we need to get out of this. I mean, somewhat true, but... she's actually much more suited for a really strong party. Oh my lord. Wow, wow. How many times... I love the lore here of, like, how many times she's... It's like fate is pushing her towards Kazuma and Aqua. Oh my lord, Aqua. A condition is crazy. Yeah, Yunyun always has money. Yunyun looks pretty depressed. Wow. Nice. Nice. I don't know what Saori even is, but hey. Yeah, it's literally Yunyun's thing. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, Yunyun. Yeah, that sounds about right. Playing chess with Chomusuke. Probably gonna lose, too. Oh, no! No shot. No shot. Don't tell me her name's La Latina. Yeah! And they're even playing the theme, and it's that other girl too. Yeah, I can't. Oh, you're all sticky is crazy, dude. The darkness theme. I love the darkness theme so much. I actually forgot the name of that girl who he stole the panties of. I never remember her name. I really should write that down in my notes, actually. Because she pops in here and there. That's a big-ass slime. What the fuck? Good lordy. Yo, I love the way they drew her there. With her hair and hat. Ew. Ew. I mean, it worked in that context. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, she's just a special... she's very specialized. She's good in a strong party. Yeah. Yeah, it's not that useful in a lot of other contexts. Yikes. See, and that honestly isn't even that bad of a problem. The thing with Megaman is if she could learn different and she always wants to do the biggest, most grandiose explosions, but even if she could like learn like how to do like lower level explosions that don't take her completely out, if she could like range her explosions, she could actually be a pretty like competent fighter. The problem is she's all or nothing. Like even just being explosion only, if there was like a way to like minimize her explosions and maximize her like lessen her explosions, one, that would be helpful because you wouldn't be destroying the area potentially, but also allow her to use it multiple times on enemies and stuff and not wear her out and stuff. But obviously that's not the deal. Yep. Yep. This is probably for the best. You are, but you're so specifically focused. Oh my god, oh my god! Yes! All these scenes from the beginning of the show! What the hell? What the fuck? Yep. Wow. Yep. Wow. That's so funny that Megaman just popping up in all these moments with Kazuma and Aqua trying to make money. That's so stupid. No, not the bananas. Yeah, we've obviously discussed this at nauseum. Oh no. Wow. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, it's probably for the best. Interesting. Huh. I think there's an element of that, but it's more to do... I think a lot of them are afraid of you, too. Yeah. And then obviously Megaman is a special case. Yep. Nice! Nice! Explosion! That's funny. Wow, that's considered a loss? That's great. That's actually hilarious. She actually considers that a loss. That's crazy. Oh lordy. She looks really small in that shot. Like, smaller than she actually is. I don't know what it was about that shot. Mm-hmm. Yep. Jesus Christ, all the explosion holes. Jesus. Yep. Oh my lordy. Wow. God, that's so cute. Oh my God, you can actually see them in the background. It's so stupid. This is so silly. Oh, yep. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yep. Yeah, you've been entirely focused on finding a party that you haven't been looking for her just yet, but clearly you're going to find her soon enough. I know I can see her when I'm ready. Interesting. So... Interesting. Now maybe she joins up with KonoSuba in episode 11 and then she sees the shopkeep in episode 12. Oh my God, it's off the board, isn't it? Oh. Oh shit. Oh no. Wow. All of them are trying to fill. Yeah, a bunch of liars. Explosion magic prejudice is crazy. Brooke Girl's been canceled. And now is being full Nelsoned by the girl. Wakarimashita. Oh my lord. What the fuck? Bruh. What a fucking dumbass. No! Damn. We got some nice cheeks in our face from that. Yeah, what the fuck? Honestly, Yunyun, you're somehow even more pathetic sometimes. Honestly. Except... Oh my goodness! That's crazy. Sugar daddy alert. What the fuck is wrong with you, girl? That's somehow worse. Rough. Yeah, honestly. Getting involved in the Axis sect again is crazy. Yeah, really. Yeah. Yeah, it's not like you're doing much better, Megaman, but at least you're not the most naive potato on the planet. Yeah, this is what Yunyun wanted all along, yep. What her true desire, but she can't believe. Yeah, literally last episode. Wow. Possibly. And whatever's left of her brain will be ruined by Darkness, Aqua, and Kazuma soon enough. Oh, that would have been funny. Jesus Christ. Nice. They desperately need work, and we only have 2 episodes left, so this work better be good. Man, it's so funny. We're getting all these just like hilarious scenes where Aqua and Kazuma are doing their beginning of Konosuba shenanigans in the background while we're focused on Megaman. It's so good. Good old rock, paper, scissors action. Always matching there. Cecily was ridiculous. Awesome. All right, that was episode 10 of Konosuba, and we only have 2 episodes left, and that's kind of crazy. That was episode 10 of Konosuba, an explosion on this wonderful world. I should get that right, because that was not episode 10 of just regular Konosuba, of course. Gotta always specify that this is, in fact, the Megaman Show, and that was episode 10 of the Megaman Show. And, yeah, good stuff. I really enjoyed that. Like I said, all the bits with Kazuma and Aqua were so funny. Like, we're just going around. It's like fate is pushing Megaman towards Kazuma and Aqua, and perhaps that truly is what's going on here. But regardless of the specifics of that, just a really funny thing to see all of that. And we also got a darkness scene in this. So just getting the cameos, the teases of the other main characters of this series that I love so much, because I do adore Megaman. I have a Megaman figure. Obviously, I adore her. But I also adore the other 3. And, like, I mean, how could you not? It's Kazuma, Aqua, Darkness, and Megaman. It's like, they're all goated. And as much fun as it's been to have all this focus on Megaman, I am so excited to see more of Aqua, Darkness, and Kazuma again. I'm so excited to see them in the next Konosuba video when we jump into season 3. But just seeing them in the cameo context is so funny, with her just walking around. It's just nonsense is going around, and Axel with all these potatoes that are about to come together and form the legendary foursome. That they're not literally called this, but the legendary foursome that essentially makes up Konosuba. So exciting, so much fun. I can't wait for that. But in the context of what's going on right now, this is still Yunyun and Megaman's adventure. Obviously, she's trying with a bunch of squads. Nobody really wants her unless there's a specific use for her. Nobody wants to keep her as like a permanent party member, which of course makes sense. You know, nothing we didn't already know. We again got more information on the girl that inspired her to use explosion magic. That's definitely coming. The way they're building it up, I'm starting to, like, I don't know, like, that might be an episode 12 thing. There's even a world where part of me is wondering if she's actually gonna have her Kazuma moment in episode 11, and then episode 12 is gonna be, you know, her going off on her own to see the girl that runs the shop that's the explosion mage. So Yeah, I might have had those reversed because I've always imagined that the show ends with her introduction to Kazuma, but it's certainly possible that we actually do that and then still do something else. So I wouldn't be actually too surprised if the introduction to Kazuma happens in the next episode, and then once she's settled and has her adventure group, then she's going to go see the shopkeep of myth that we've been on the hunt for all this time as well. So it'll be really interesting to see how they play that, but those are obviously like the two big events that are yet to happen in this show. And there's no guarantee the Kazuma one will happen, but it's definitely set up for that. So, especially with the actual like cameo teases of Kazuma, Aqua, and even Darkness in this episode, which, like I said, I didn't actually expect to see Darkness, but that was really fun as well. Getting to actually hear the Darkness theme play once more. It's been a little while since we got to hear that lovely theme of hers. But yeah, fun stuff all around. Really enjoyed that episode. Yunyun being Yunyun, it was also hilarious, just being naive as hell, and everyone's just trying to exploit her in different ways, which is, you know, I suppose par for the course as well. But very funny nonetheless, and I'm really excited to see what episode 11 looks like. The penultimate episode of an explosion on this wonderful world. We are nearly done with the KonoSuba Megaman spin-off show. It's been a lot of fun, like I said. The first half was pretty good. I really enjoyed the last set, and so far this set's been really fun as well. Definitely, I think, a bigger fan of the second half of the show. I appreciate what the first half of the show was, and I appreciate that backstory that we got. I just don't think it was as good as most of KonoSuba. But again, that's not really saying too much because KonoSuba is great, and I feel like the last set, even without the full squad, that the last set felt very KonoSuba, and I'm curious to see what we get up to in the rest of this set as Yunyun and Megaman need a job. They need to make some money. And we'll see how all that goes. So, I think we might as well just jump in to episode 11 of KonoSuba, an explosion on this wonderful world. All right, let's check out episode 11 of the Megaman show in 3, 2, 1, and play. Lil sis. Yep. Bruh. Honestly, it might pay off in time. That is absolutely where Lady Walbach is. Interesting. Well, I mean, this is going to be a good opportunity for Megaman to make some money using her explosion magic, potentially. Explosion Girl and the Forest Irregularity. Okay, interesting. There it is again. I love how they're not showing their faces, too. Yep. 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 It's destined to be. Yep. Yep. They're destined to be your partners. You even got a glimpse of your other partner last episode too. Whoa, my goodness. The infestation of rabbits. Wow. Oh Lord, here we go. Jesus Christ. Nearly killed yourself and Yunyun in the process there. Nice. Yeah, it's the big guy. Mm-hmm. Oh no. Hey, host. Yes, gotta emphasize that you're a high-ranked demon. Yep. It's pretty funny. Wow. Scared their asses off. Yep. Yeah, that's not how it worked with the demon child that you are familiar with. A rookie slayer, huh? Interesting. Apparently so. A rather incendiary hello, that's nice. I don't know. You might. Yeah, that did sound very challenging. Wow. Nah. I love how they really like hiding. They really are enjoying hiding people's faces, even though we know who they are. Yeah, the obsession on hiding people's faces is crazy. Mm-hmm. Wow. Damn. Nice, nice. Always gotta play her excuses some way or another. Yep, yep. Oh my lord, you are ridiculous, Mega Man. Yeah? That honestly makes sense. Oh, I like the music. What is this modern Ace Attorney music, if I've ever heard it? Maybe a little overkill? Nice. The dumbass! The dumbass! Oh my god! I love what they're doing in this show. They're hiding the face of like every character. It's like they're doing this. It's so interesting. It's like they're doing this in a way. It's like they're structuring this show in case you watch it before Konosuba. That's so interesting. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yes, she does. Oh my lord. Oh my lord! Every man just went crazy! That's hilarious. And the ladies are like, what the fuck? Yeah, honestly, that's so stupid. Yeah. That's it, I swear. Mm-hmm. Unless she's looking for Megaman's inspiration. That'd be kind of crazy. Wow. Nice. Wow. Nice. 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 Bro, what is wrong, Kazuma? No shot in hell. That's so funny. Oh! Oh, yes! Cecily! Yes! No. You were winning me over and then you lost me on worshipping Aqua. Yes, it is Cecily, alright. Oh my lord, what is wrong with you? Yeah, you don't want to be called Big Sis anymore. It's Cecily now. It really isn't. I love how she just completely ignored that question from Megaman. Based. That honestly sounds like Aqua. That's interesting, though, that he did hear, like, the goddess speaking. That is indeed happening. That's probably yeah. That it makes a lot of sense though, because I mean, if you believe that's an actual goddess, say, "Oh yeah, lay down in here with me." What the fuck? Why are you, girl? You could not, girl. You need to chill. I didn't know Kona. Wow. Girl's way too excited about laying in Megaman's bed. Way too excited. Yeah, now she's panting. Yo, she's like, I know how to get you. Oh, the sniff! The sniff! I'm surprised there wasn't a 15 million for extra action on the side. Interesting. Nope. Nope. Nothing that cool. That actually sounds like Aqua. You really are a believer in Aqua. That literally sounds like an Aqua Day if I've ever heard it. You're way too excited about that. Yep, and now it's back to serious Cecily. Wow. I love how quickly she turns into a demon. Of course it does. Go ahead and obliterate this church, please. That's crazy. You know it's bad when Megaman's rejecting an offer to use explosion. Holy fuck. That was a good throw. That was a good throw. I'll give you that. Fuck Eris. That's what motivated it. Is this because she's close to her goddess? Yeah. Yeah, she has been acting extra, even for her. Yeah. Funny that. Speaking of cemeteries... That's a face. Cecily's face was crazy there. Trolling your ass. Wow. I really like Cecily. She's really into some Yuri, but is that supposed to be Wiz? Yep. Nice, 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 nice. Both of you guys are fucking ridiculous. That's also fair. That's also fair, yeah. Poor Wiz. Interesting. The whole not showing the face thing is so funny to me. I mean, it's an aesthetic choice, though, for sure. That's one way to put it. Not going well for you two, it really isn't. Sunk cost fallacy. She had quite the night, to say the least. Yeah. Oh my god, the music just started going crazy. Is it the Rookie Slayer? Nice. You would think, but no. I love it in the description because it's actually looking for Chomusuke, but it thinks it's looking for they think it's looking for a big, yeah. You know, it's damn. Get yeeted. Yeah, he actually thinks that's Lady Walbach. That's not Lady Walbach. No, that ain't Lady Walbach. No. God, I can't wait for Lady Walbach. I feel like that's the big thing that this show set up, was taking the Chomusuke memes to another level. Yep. 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 Yes, they are indeed the Crimson Demons you saw in the forest. You better come up with a good excuse here. Yeah, he has no idea. Yep, yep, yep. 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 Makes sense. He doesn't want to fuck up Crimson Demons given his relationship with a certain adorable Crimson Demon. Interesting. This is it's gonna be so funny when Megaman finds out that this is Komoko's familiar, apparently. But yeah, you're starting to become a little fond of Chomusuke. It's not just Yunyun anymore. Yeah. It is the town of beginners, but it's also just kind of the regular place. Wow, we're already one episode away. That's crazy. That's crazy. We're on the last episode. So yeah, it is going to be the big demon guy is going to be the kind of the threat that we're going to have to come through. I feel like what's going to happen is we're going to combo. It's going to be double. We're going to get a double explosion. That's my big prediction. Based on the way this is setting up, because we didn't do anything with Megaman's like inspiration for explosion magic, I think Megaman and the chick are going to both explode the guy at the same time. And that's going to be enough. Just because she didn't show up in this episode. And like, she has to show up. There's no way. I really don't think that's something they're going to leave for the mainline show. I think the thing that we take from this show, other than like backstory and character, and just understanding the characters better of Yunyun and Megaman, the other thing, as far as plot related stuff, I feel like it's the Chomusuke stuff is the thing that we're going to take from this show, because I think the whole Lady Walbach saga is going to happen in the show. And like I said, because it's funny, there's a part of me that almost wonders if that's even gonna be after the Devil King stuff. Like the actual end game of the show is gonna be them fighting Megaman's cat. Because that just sounds so KonoSuba if I've ever fucking heard it. But regardless, Chomusuke seems pretty happy to just vibe and chill, but who knows what they're gonna do with that eventually. I feel like they're gonna genuinely do something with that, but absolutely not in this show. But given how much of a focus it was in this show, I feel like they absolutely are setting, it does feel like they're setting something up with Chomusuke, that I feel like is going to come up at some point in mainline Konosuba. But who knows? Like I said, that was episode 11, however, of Konosuba, an explosion on this wonderful world. Again, ironically enough, this is technically the longest season of Konosuba because the first 2 seasons are 10 episodes. I mean, even if you count the OVAs, they only get up to this 11 number. But of course, this season has 1 more episode. Now, of course, the 3rd season is 11 plus 1, as opposed to 10 plus 1 like seasons 1 and 2 were. So, season 3 kind of is, but nonetheless, this was a definitely an episode. It was definitely interesting. Obviously, the big monster guy, the big demon guy who does not like being called a goblin. He was pretty funny in this episode. I enjoyed him. Obviously, the Komiko connection is probably going to come up in episode 12. They're probably going to figure that out, that Megumin's the older sister of Komiko, and I don't know how that's going to play into everything or whatever, but I think they're going to at least try to double explosion his ass. But we'll see how it all plays out. It should be funny, though, nonetheless. I'm expecting some amusing stuff, to say the least. And, I don't know. I don't know what to expect with this, but it's going to be funny. And I just want to actually, I know this sounds silly, but, so I remember the Komiko stuff with him, but I feel like I'm going crazy because for whatever reason, I felt like the Komiko stuff. What episode was that in? I remember it, but it just... Maybe that was really early in the show, because for whatever reason, and I know it's not, because, this was all around, this stuff was all around my girl Sylvia, but for whatever reason, I almost, it feels like that was in the movie, even though I know it wasn't in the movie. So that must have been really early in the show. That must have been in the first set that we got this boy. Because it had to be, obviously. But for whatever reason, my mind keeps telling me that was from the movie, but I'm like, no, it definitely wasn't. It had to be the first episode. Because obviously, if it's the movie, then this guy would have to survive, because the movie takes place after this show. So I just wanted to double check there. No, I'm definitely going crazy in that regard. Because that's what I'm thinking. The double explosion finish feels like the most proper way to end an explosion on this wonderful world. And the show started with an explosion from the lady, and obviously Megumin's had her fair share of explosions. For it to end on a double explosion just feels poetic to me. And given the setup going into the final episode, I do feel like that's where we're going. Who knows? We'll see if I'm right, but I gotta get a few guesses right. This one feels pretty I feel pretty good about this prediction, though. This feels natural. This feels like the direction that we are going in with this final episode. But it is crazy. We are wrapping up an explosion on this wonderful world. We only have 1 episode left, and then, like I said, next time we will be diving into Konosuba Season 3, which should be a lot of fun. But yeah, I think I'm all ready to check out the final episode of the Megumin show. I don't really have a lot to say about this one. This one was pretty straightforward. Obviously, the Megumin and Yunyun stuff, trying to make progress on finding a squad. Obviously, Yunyun's drawing more interest than Megumin, because outside of her naivete, there's not really much reason not to take Yunyun. Whereas, obviously, it's very easy to understand why Megumin is in the position she's in. So, it is what it is in the case of Megumin. But I'm very excited to kind of see where we go here I'm very excited to see where we go here with Megaman in this final episode, because yeah, she does need to meet up with the girl that inspired her. She needs to have one last explosion, because you got to have an explosion in the final episode of An Explosion on This Wonderful World, preferably a double. And presumably that we need to do the Kazuma thing at the end. I still think they're going to do the Kazuma thing at the end. Also, very funny, the cameos going crazy. All these mainline Konosuba characters whose faces they won't show in this show. Now we're getting it with Wiz. Like, they just keep showing off characters that we love, but not showing their faces, and I think that's really funny. I wonder if they're going to show Kazuma's face, like, at the very end or something. Like, the framing of that is so interesting to me. Like, I get why they're doing it, but it's just an interesting artistic choice given the circumstances. But yeah, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to jump into the final episode of the Megaman show. So yeah, without any further ado, let's check it out. All right, let's jump into the final episode of An Explosion on This Wonderful World in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and play. It basically one-punched all three of them. Yep. Yep. Yeah. And low-key, I feel like Megaman won't admit it, but... Also, stop putting the subtitle. Also, we're getting credits, which means that we're not... Yeah, they're putting a bunch of subtitles on top of the screen right now while they give us credits, because I guess no OP in the final episode this time around. Oh. Oh, shit. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, the manipulation is crazy. I love this music. I love this music, too. Dude, that laugh. An Explosion on This Wonderful World, of course. Perfect name for the final episode. Literally the name of the series. That doesn't seem... No, that just makes it seem weird. Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck? Did you give up the staff? And you're gonna run into someone while you do. Yep. A fake Chimusuke. Nice. Yep. Chimusuke's scent will rub off on the cat. That's crazy. That's actually really smart. It's worth a shot. Why not? We're in the final episode. Yeah, we'll find a way to make it work. Aw, she's actually admitting it. That's really cute. Damn. Yep. And your future squad is here too. We're gonna fix it. Yep. Yep, absolutely. I love it. Oh, Megaman, you're so cool. It's what she does. She really hasn't. Yeah, both of you haven't changed that much, but yeah, she really has. Yeah, which sets her up for the main show, of course. It's really cool to see all this character development in reverse, sort of, because this is character development before we ever meet Megaman. It makes the Megaman that we meet in the main show. No, she didn't give up the stat. Oh. Wow. I think it's Yunyun, but Aww. I mean, you guys did run the first time. Dude, that was so funny. It was so funny. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Aw. Aw. And that's something that Megaman gets to keep with her and not have to, like... based. Yep. Holy shit. Aww. Yeah, she knew the whole time. That's crazy. That's crazy. She knew she was awake the whole time. That's crazy. That's wild. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. What happened? What happened? I mean, we know Yunyun's okay, but yeah. How dare she entrap me like this? Wow, that was actually impressive. The way she flipped off and like caught her her underwear. That was crazy. Yep. Ah. Nice. Nice. No, this is serious. Yep. I really like Cecily. Hey, Aqua's blessing. Isn't that funny? Because that's funny what Aqua's blessing is gonna lead her to potentially in this episode. Yeah, somehow. Aw. Aww. She is an adorable and helpful Megaman, despite what people might say. Yeah, she still wants the One-chan. You're gonna give it to her, aren't you? Nice. Cecily One-chan. She actually got her big sister out of that. That's crazy. Wow. Good God. Hey, they're putting up a fight. That's good to see. Yep. That's sick. Damn. There's a lot of really cool magic items that she's pulling out here. I love that it's literally a scroll. That's very, like, D&D-esque. Again, as someone who's never played D&D, but still. Yep. Oh, shit. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Damn, bro just threw his sword. Oh, damn. Oh, god damn, bro just got one punched. Yeah, it was a Crimson Demon magic potion on top of her own magic. It is the perfect setup for explosion, though. Yeah, but it's still like, how do we beat her? Like, how do we beat him? No, did she piss herself? Or did... Oh, she did paralyze herself. I was thinking it was something worse. That's actually really funny. Yeah, they really are funny. Wow. And affected area, yep. God damn it, Wiz. That was the weakness of it, yep. Yeah, oh my god, the music. Yep. Sorcerer Supreme who was just passing through. Oh, you actually... Yeah, she didn't know. Okay. Yep. Oh, shit. Yeah, she's more worried about that. She's like, please explode me as well. I love the impression, too. Dude, she literally wants to be exploded right now. Yep, yep. The embarrassment's too much. Yeah, she's ready to be exploded. She's ready to end it all and leave forever. Holy shit, dude! It's the parody of Yunyun's voice that's killing me. Also, Yunyun's scream was incredible. Yep. Babe. Yeah, I knew it. And my suffering now, yep. Oh my god, poor girl. No, she's not goofing around. Oh, the music from the beginning of the show. Holy shit. The sparks of Genesis, the embers of oblivion. Past, present, and future, a forbidden force that subsumes all creation. Flame, I have become destruction without mercy. No, she did not hit us with a freaking Oppenheimer-esque quote. What the fuck? Uh-huh. Jesus Christ. Bro's running out of lives there. Oh, she could actually, like, sense it or something. Interesting. Wow. Well, I was wrong about my prediction again. Wow. Gotta go back to Ark and Redia. Yep. Oh, you're gonna spread the teachings of Aqua to the world? Nice. Base. Yes. Well, she's planning to take over Subtown. What the fuck? Dude, Cecily might be my favorite character from this show. That's, like... Arne's was pretty great. Father Zesto was pretty great. Oh my god, yeah, you're not getting another big sis. Holy shit. That's so funny. Yeah, what's on your mind, girl? Is it supposed to be the duel, or are you just saying goodbye? Which one is it? Nice. She's being dramatic too. Nice. 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 Everyone's going on a journey. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Bitch, shut up. Yeah, it's absolute. Wow. I'll be back. I'll be back. Yeah? Definitely were assisted, but it still happened. Fair enough. Damn! Savage. Holy shit. Wow. With all the tricks and schemes, but still, that's really cute. I really do love their relationship. Yunyun and Megamin are awesome. Oh, yeah. Oh, we know where this is going. We know where this is going. It could not be... Hey, darkness! Huh. Well, how about that? Interesting. Huh. Interesting that Yunyun ran into her. Because, yeah, that storyline never did get resolved, shockingly enough. The stars shining bright in the night sky. Hey. I will say, I've always liked Yunyun, but I will say that this show has done more to make me love Yunyun even more. Just getting a bunch of Yunyun. That's definitely been one of the big wins of this show. Wow. Wow. Wow, that was dumb. No, it's still the same issue as before. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, it gives me a great feeling. Here we go. Here we go. Yep. Here we go. And we get to see their faces. It really is. Like, that's what's crazy, is this show has kind of showed that it is. Yep. Yeah, that's the same pose, too. Yep. I remember. I'm sure this is all the exact same dialogue, but I have to double check. Yep. 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 Yes, sir. The show known the story known as KonoSuba. Yes, it is. Hell yeah. I just want to double check and make sure that that was the end. Yeah, that was the end. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I was right about one thing. Damn, I couldn't predict anything in this show, but at least I predicted that the final scene was her meeting Kazuma and Aqua. Like, that was the one thing. I was like, they have to end it with that. And especially in episode 9 when Aqua shows its love, like, we're going to the town of beginners and Aqua shows, it's like, oh my god, we have to. So I'm glad to see that I at least was able to predict that they ended the show with her formal introduction to Kazuma and Aqua. That was great. I will say this didn't go how I expected, though. I did think we would get a thing with the girl, and they teased her with Yunyun. When Yunyun left town, she was sitting next to the girl. So they have actually left that wide open, which is really interesting. Not something I was expecting. They left that wide open, and then the Chomusuke thing is just... It's out there. It's a thing. It's a thing that, like... They could never, like, go anywhere with it, and it would still feel very KonoSuba, but my gut instinct is they're actually going to do something with that one day. It's going to be hilarious. But, yeah, that was KonoSuba, an explosion on this wonderful world. That was the Megaman show, the Megaman and Yunyun show, if you want to, you know, throw in the other girl. But it is an explosion on this wonderful girl, on this wonderful world. I mean, to be fair, in this episode, Yunyun kind of wanted to be part of that final explosion that we saw Megaman do. I guess technically it wasn't the final explosion. We did see her do an explosion and look up at the stars, but you know what I mean. Yunyun kind of wanted to die there, given how embarrassed she was about Megaman actually hearing it. So the sleep was designed to make sure she stayed asleep longer, as opposed to knock her out, except it did knock her out. But Yunyun didn't actually know she was awake, so that was pretty funny to find out there, definitely, for sure. Very, very amusing situation all around. That, like I said, it was very amusing to say the least. But that was great. This show was really fun. I would definitely say I still think 7 to 9 was my favorite set. This is probably my second favorite set. I did really enjoy this trio of episodes. It was a really fun way to end the show, but I do still think I put 7 to 9 as my favorite quarter. I guess we could say it, my favorite quarter of this show, since it was 12 episodes and all of our sets were 3 apiece. But yeah, no, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say. Like, Megaman is an awesome character, and getting a whole, like, season worth of backstory about who Megaman is, how she became, you know, who she is, all that good stuff. I mean, it was awesome. Like, there was no way this wasn't going to be really fun. Again, maybe not as good as the main show, but the main show is amazing. So it was like a little step down from that, and I think, like, at its best, it was very reminiscent of KonoSuba. But again, my favorite part of KonoSuba is probably the movie, ironically. So we also, you know, right before watching the Megaman show, we did the movie, The Legend of Crimson, which ironically was also Megaman and Yunyun-centric, albeit it actually had, you know, Kazuma and Darkness and Aqua around, and it had Sylvia Summer, my goddess. But, you know, it is funny, though, because, this was fun. This was really fun, and I'm glad that I watched it with season 3, because I waited. This was something that I wanted to wait for season 3 to be around, so I could, you know, have season 3 be kind of like the main event. And obviously the movie was incredible, and that was so fun. But you know, doing this show was really fun. But one of the things that this show did was it just made me more excited to get to season 3 of KonoSuba. So it's nice that I actually have season 3 of KonoSuba locked and loaded and ready to go when we continue, like when we next rotation. Like, it'll be very soon. We'll be watching more KonoSuba. So I definitely don't have any regrets about saving this show for now, because like I said, I did want you know, having this run where I get to do the movie and then watch the Megaman show and then kind of conclude this run of KonoSuba, properly catch up to KonoSuba by doing season 3, and the OVA's out, so I can also check that out as well. Like, it works out really well. for me to be all caught up with Konosuba and just all set with this show. And I like I said, I know the movie especially like was so good that like it does kind of suck that I got to it years later, but at the same time like it worked out. Definitely, I think with this show in particular, though, I'm glad that I saved it until the release of season 3, so I could, like I said, do all of this Konosuba in a run like this. It's been awesome, and I'm so excited for season 3 of Konosuba. I think it's going to be an absolute blast. You know, I like I said, among the friends I have that have watched Konosuba, I've only heard like a little bit as far as like what they. I know I have a friend who says it's their favorite season. I have another friend who hasn't seen season 3 yet, so that is no context. But I'm expecting big things because I think Legend of Crimson was the best part of Konosuba so far, and I want them to continue on that momentum. And then getting this Megaman show where we really only further kind of like explored Megaman, I feel like this sets us up really well, especially with Legend of Crimson as well, to probably put our focuses more on potentially Darkness or Aqua. But again, we have so much to build off of with Megaman if they want to give Megaman more focus. I mean, Megaman is amazing, so I'm not going to complain. But we've had so much, like this whole run up to this point has pretty much been Megaman centric, so I am probably expecting us to get stuff focused more on Darkness and Aqua potentially. Obviously Kazuma, but it'll be interesting to see. I don't have the slightest clue what to expect from season 3. Obviously, where we last left off in the continuity is Legend of Crimson. But yeah, that's gonna be so much fun. But yeah, I mean, this was a great story, and like the relationship between Yunyun and Megaman is absolutely adorable and wholesome and just so fucking cool. Like I love everything about their dynamic. Yunyun, I've always liked Yunyun a lot, but I feel like she definitely went up with me as a character in this series. I definitely think, you know, Megaman has always been goated, and obviously having a lot more context and seeing a lot more of her growth leading up to Konosuba was really cool. But I already loved her to pieces. She's already was in contention for my favorite character. Whereas Yunyun I've always loved, but not to that same level. But getting to see like a series where she is a main character really made me enjoy her even more. Just seeing a bunch of her, right? Because she's kind of a character that comes in and out of the main story. She's doing her own thing. She obviously has a relationship with Megaman. Obviously, other silly stuff like the beginning of Legend of Crimson with her and Kazuma was super funny, and like, you know, she's had fun interactions with their squad, but obviously her stuff is primarily focused around Megaman being Crimson Demons and having grown up together and all the stuff that all the other stuff that we saw in this show. It makes a lot of sense, but it's really exciting. I'm very excited for season 3, and I enjoyed the Megaman show. I thought it was fun. But man, I can't wait for next time we jump into season 3 of Konosuba. Oh baby, it has been years. I mean, you could say that for this show and especially for the movie, but it's been years since I've had a fresh season of Konosuba to dive into. We even have an extra episode. It's an 11 episode season instead of a 10 or 11 plus 1 because they've all had an OVA. But yeah, I'm very excited for season 3 of Konosuba, and I hope you guys are excited for my reactions to season 3 of Konosuba. They will be coming soon. So anyways, yeah, that's going to do it for my reactions to Konosuba and Explosion on This Wonderful World. If you want to support the channel, patrons down below in the description. And yeah, not a whole lot else to say. I'll see you next time with another video, or potentially with Konosuba Season 3, hopefully. I'll see you there, if not sooner. But anyways, without any further ado, it's time for me to bid you adieu. The Flamin' Shark and the Megaman Show signing off. Hope you have a wonderful, fantastical day. And I'll see you next time with another video. Thanks for watching. Arrivederci.